Good morning everyone, this is Shayla. Welcome back to my channel, and I'm excited to show you my new project. I will be doing a tutorial on this also, and I came up with this idea after watching a video from Nick the Booksmith. She did this Happy Meal envelope thingy, and I said, "Ooh, I'd like that," and I tweaked it a little bit. And before I go any further, she used one of these hanging file folders to create the envelope thing, and this is like an old one, but you can buy these at Staples online, or I think Walmart has them, and they have a lot of different colors nowadays. So I had some vintage ones that I found in my stash. So all I did was, like, she had a smaller gusset. I just added a little more to my gusset so I could add more things in it. But it measures about 10 inches, I believe. Let's see. It measures about 10 by 5.5, and it's like a 1/4 of an inch thickness. Actually about a half inch thick. And I have this, I didn't have it tied, but this wraps around one way and then it ties in the middle. And this is some silk material I had in my stash, and I just tore pieces off. I added some eyelets, and then I just put a knot at one end and pulled it through, and that's what I used for my closure. Alright, so let's open her up. So this is how it opens. Now, she had a different thing going on with her project than I did. I just tweaked it a little bit for what I wanted to use this for. So it's like a journal kit. There's a journal, and there's a whole bunch of ephemera in these pockets and stuff. And I think it's a good idea to give this like a gift. You have a journal that they can write in, and then you fill it with different ephemera that they can use in the journal, and just little pictures and all kinds of stuff that you could put in these side pockets, and then this pocket here. Now, these side pockets and this pocket I created on my Cricut, but I do have, when I do the tutorial, I'll show you how you can do this with things other than using the Cricut, because I know a lot of people don't have a Cricut and they can't cut these out. So I have a different idea for them. So anyway, with that said, down below here I created this pocket, and the paper I used was some scrap paper that I had left over from a Tim Holtz pad. I can't remember the name of it at the moment, but I used some scraps from there. So here I created this pocket, and inside I put some ephemera, and this is a vintage document, and plenty of room on the back if they want to add some writing. This came from Lynn Phelps document kit, and it's Lynn Paper Life by Lynn, I think it's called, is her shop. And then some Tim Holtz ephemera. These two pieces came in a swap. I don't know where they came from. Looks like someone printed them out. These are a couple journaling tags from a Tim Holtz pack. So I put this in here. And then behind my pocket, I left some room for some more ephemera, which I'm not going to pull all the ephemera out because it just takes too much time to pull it out and to stick it back. But there's a few pieces there. And then on the side here, I made these little ephemera pockets with the slots in them so you could tuck things in there. And those I made with my Cricut. And if you see my other journal where I made the bigger pockets, oops, here's an example of one. This is how they look before you fold the sides in and stuff. So I just made them smaller, and I put tons of ephemera. And then last but not least, I'm going to turn this way, is this little journal. It's a long journal, long skinny journal. And I just have it tied there with some, with some, whatever they call this, baker's twine or whatever. I used some eyelets, and then I glued this down. And then I decorated the cover here with some of this pretty trim that I was gifted from a lovely lady named Debbie Hicks. And I tried to incorporate pieces and some of the journals and things that I've been making. So here, this journal measures about 9 3/4 by 4 inches, and I can't remember how many pieces of paper in here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think there's like 10 pieces of paper, different coffee dyed. And I didn't do anything to the inside, because if you're giving this as a gift, you want to let them decide how they want to decorate it. And so this is from that paper pad also, that I just had a few pieces left. On the spine here, I added, first I did a piece of green, this color green paper, and then I decided to cover it with this lace, which I got from an antique show that I went to, and I bought a whole box of antique lace. So that's where that came from. I used some gold flowers, which I bought at Hobby Lobby, and then I have these paper flowers that I got, I think it was at Michael's, but it was in either Michael's or Hobby Lobby, but it was in the section where things were on sale, and I just coffee dyed the whole batch, because it comes in a big container, and I just threw them on some wax paper and coffee dyed them. So that's that. And then I used this bandage stuff behind there that almost looks like cheesecloth, and then a gold button. And then, like I said, I left this blank inside. So I'm not going to tie this up right now. I'm going to put this aside, and I'm going to show you how that came together. Okay. Take this out of the way. Okay. Alright. I don't know how much further this video is going to go. I might just construct it and then we'll decorate it somewhat in the next video. Okay, so I have my pieces cut. And I will have the measurements below. Okay, so before you get started, you are going to cut your file folder down to 10 inches. 10 inches wide. So meaning, first you cut, if you're going to use a file folder, just take your knife and cut along this edge just to get rid of this. And then you're going to measure 10 inches wide. Okay. And then you're going to open it up. And on the side where you see all the ridges, I don't know if you can see it on this because this is blue, but you see the lines, the fold lines. You're going to take it, if you have your a scoreboard, you're going to place it on your scoreboard, and that middle line where it's folded already, you're just going to go like a 1/4 of an inch on either side of that fold on either side. So now you're going to make, I think it's like a 3/8 or a quarter. Is it a quarter? I think it's a quarter. About a 1/4 inch depth. And then if you measure from, just to help you, I measured from this side, you're going to measure 5 1/4 inches, and that's where your score line is. And then on the flap side, you're going to measure from here 2 1/8, and you're going to score, and then you're going to score 1/4 inch. And then this, in between this score lines and these score line, it's 5 1/2. I know that's probably kind of confusing. Okay. Okay, so that's your main envelope pocket, if that's what, I don't even know what to call it. So then the side pieces, you take some scrap. Where's my measurement? And you need 2 of them measuring 5 3/8 by 4 inches. So it's 5 3/8 long by 4 inches wide. And then you're going to score it at I think it's a 1/4 inch. Yeah, no, a 1/2 inch, and then at 1 inch you're going to score it on both sides. And then you're going to cut off the corners. And then what you're going to do is take your glue, and I'm using this Fabric Fix or whatever it is. It's almost like Fabri-Tac. And I like it because it just makes your work sturdier. Or you don't need to use this glue. I just decided because I have it. But tacky glue is really good also. So now you're going to line up that first 1/4 inch. Line it up close to the edges. You can get it, but do not block your do not glue up to where the your flaps are gonna fold. You gotta make sure you have enough room for those flaps to fold freely. Turn it around and try to bring it to the edge as best you can. There. Let's see, is that gonna, yeah, that should be fine. Do the same to the other side. Check in. Look at him. Ow. That didn't feel good. Bring it to the edge. I'm going to make sure it's kind of even. Alright. So now those are your little folds in there, and this goes up like this, and then this is going to fold over. Okay, so now on, where is it? Anyway, my gussets, I made reinforcements just to give it some more stability. And you need 2 pieces 10 by 3 1/8, and you're going to glue it right on the gusset just to give it more strength and stability. And that was 10 3/8. And I don't even think I wrote down any of these measurements, so oh boy. I'm gonna have to go back and write them down. Alright, I'm gonna turn this around. Where's my bowl? I just want to make sure this goes down good. Now the ones on the side I didn't do. I just did it on the flaps, on the bigger flaps, because it just seemed to need it. This one probably could have been a little more skinnier, but that's okay. I'll deal with it. Okay. All right. So now, okay. So that is the bases of your book, envelope pocket. Okay, let me see, did that go right? That doesn't even look, I guess it's okay. Alright, so now before I added my pockets and things, I decorated. So I'm going to stop this video here, and then in the next video we will decorate the inside and we will add the envelope pocket and the two side things. But I know people don't have, everybody don't have a Cricut, so you can use a regular letter envelope and you can decorate your envelope before you put it in. And then, because a lot of people can't use they don't have a Cricut, I decided that you can use these envelopes, these little coin envelopes could fit. You just gotta tweak it, you know, and you can put some ephemera in here. If you leave the back open, you can stick some ephemera down there. So yeah, I'll explain more on the next video. As always, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for your support. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, please. Hit the bell button, because that way you'll be notified when I upload my next video. And if you have any comments or questions, please feel free below, add them below, and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I see them. Yeah, and I think that's it. As always, you have a wonderful day, and thank you so much for watching.